So you can listen to somebody, you be like, yeah, he writes his stuff down. He not gifted like us.
You could just, sometimes you could tell, sometimes you can't though, because there's people who I thought really wrote stuff down who don't be writing.
So what do? You just put it together in your head and line for line?
You just vibe out with it. And usually how I do is I just sit, I listen to it, and I just start with a line and repeat the line, and then just keep adding to it. And if somehow I just remember it, and sometimes I if I have my phone, I record it in a voice memo, like the first 6 lines, so I don't forget it, and then I just keep going.
Why not write it down, or is that the way you always
did? It takes too much time for me, because then when I focus on writing it, I lose track of like the inspiration that's going on in my head.
That's crazy,
so that's just how I work.
Do you have to close your eyes and roll your head back, or you like this?
You have a routine when you get in there?
Yo, my homie Zeno done called me on camera a couple times. So what I be doing? I just be like mumbling, sitting back.
Oh, you Rain Man too.
I don't even know what the fuck to call it. I guess in the jazz days they call it scatting. Doobie da da, doobie dooba dooba da doobie doobie da. What English, motherfucker? Do you speak it?
My ducks, my swans, welcome to the pond.
My ducks, my swans, welcome to the pond. My name is Dorian from Group82music.com. And I wasn't going to show this Big Sean clip. And the reason I wasn't is because as he was talking, I'm like, yo, that's not my style at all. He's saying he don't write nothing down. He's saying he listens to the song, he vibes with it. He says he puts a line together, then another line together, then another line together, then he remembers it, then he puts it in his phone on the voice memo so he doesn't forget it as opposed to write it down. That's not my style at all. I literally have to listen to the beat. Once I listen to the beat, I get to my computer or I'm on my phone and I write like that. Now, when it comes to like brainstorming or free thoughts or hooks or just the cadence, of course, I do the same thing Big Sean was saying, but when it comes to actually making a song, I gotta write it down. I gotta actually type it. That's just how I am. I'm able to structure and move stuff around inside of Microsoft Word, and it allows me to see the song visually before I actually record my reference track, and then before I go to the studio. But at the end of the video, man, he said something key. And what he said his homeboy who holds the camera, who was filming him, catches him mumbling sometimes when he's writing records. And that is something that I did naturally. I didn't know other people did that shit. That's something I did naturally when I started writing songs. Like if I hear a beat, I just started mumbling the cadence. I started mumbling the rhythm and the pockets of how things should go inside my head. I started mumbling the melodies. And then once I found the right pathway of the mumble, then I just started putting in words. Then once I started putting in the words, now I gotta build a theme around it to make it rhyme, to make it make sense. This is a storytelling record. Is this a feel-good record? This a club record? This an emotional record? This a socially conscious record? And that's how I structure my songs. But it all starts with the mumble. Big Sean's not the first person I heard say this. There's a language, that universal language y'all heard me talk about before, amongst musicians, amongst artists, amongst creators. It's like an unspoken mumblish gibberish that we all do, and then we fill it in. It's very unique. Are you one of those artists? Do you do that shit? Like, let me know. I want to see how many of us are actually out there. If you're an artist that kind of does that mumble, I don't even know what the fuck to call it. I guess in the jazz days they call it scatting. Doobie da da, doobie dooba dooba doobie doobie. You know what I mean? I guess that's what they called it back then, but mine's isn't as intricate or it isn't as aggressive. It's more so just me trying to find the pockets of the beat. Do you do that? If so, write in the comments. If you don't, write in the comments about your writing process and how you actually do it. I'm interested to hear how other artists create. I think this shit's beyond fascinating. If you need help figuring out your creative process or how to get your music out there so people can hear it, go to our website, group82music.com, purchase one of our packages for 60% off right now. I'm out the pond. Y'all stay true. Scroll, 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 scroll.
Group82music.com.